Welcome back to Machine Universe. Today, winter survival vibes, massive roof snow dumps, slippery road madness, and humans doing the absolute most.
Whoa! Oh shit!
That local workers method is effective, but sketchy as hell. One blink, and that winter wonderland scene becomes a quick trip to the ER.
He's going to try and get it to slide.
What do you want, Smokey?
All that accumulated weight has only one place to go, and he is occupying it. Mother Nature politely waited for them to finish sweeping before hitting delete.
Anti-man.
Talk about working smarter, not harder. That gravity assist slide turns a miserable winter chore into something smooth, efficient, and honestly, kind of fun to watch. You don't see these running much anymore. Two General Motors FP9s from the 50s, still working hard. Watching them blast through drifts beats sitting by a fireplace any day. Winter roads create strange alliances. A professional hauler stranded and waiting for a heavy wrecker, only to get saved by a local with a heavy foot. It is the kind of story that gets retold at every truck stop. Well, that's one way to cool down after working so hard. Waking up to this noise is a standard winter morning here. That falling block hits harder than a box of books. In snow country, walking near the edge of a house is a gamble. Instead of just pushing the white stuff aside like a standard plow, this rotary setup chews it up and spits it out. That massive plume is coming from a vintage ZIL 157 running a D470 blower. When it comes to eating through deep drifts, it's a total beast.
Damn, back in movie mode.
That's good. That's good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There
Oh,
we go.
perfect.
Oh, nice. All right, now back. Yeah.
The ice was trying so hard to be a real window.
Ready? Do it.
Okay, here, don't do it anymore. Hang on.
I love how it makes all those cracking sounds, but doesn't actually break. Don't let the white fluff fool you. That's thousands of pounds of compacted ice coming down. It hits the roof with enough force to shatter safety glass instantly. Huge respect for folks living in these climates. Every single day is a battle against the elements, and simple chores turn into survival missions. That's a lot of snow on that roof, more than some places get all year.
Whoa! Oh shit!
That's the trouble with towing on ice. The trailer wants to keep going even if the truck tries to stop. Once it started sliding, there wasn't much anyone could do. Walking away from a jackknife like that is a miracle.
Okay, you're out of it. Alongside them cars, let's just keep her going. Okay.
Unlike rotary blowers that chew up the snow, this setup relies entirely on momentum. It hits the drifts hard and throws everything aside purely through brute force.
Okay, just keep after it.
Definitely the worst possible way to end a peaceful outdoor lunch.
More ahead of the car. Yeah, that was shit. We got this. Get some speed rocking first, then be dumb.
Bringing summer tires to a winter fight is a battle the rider was always destined to lose.
That looks big, it looks cool. Pretty good. It looked like you dove your head into the ground.
Getting into your vehicle shouldn't require an excavation crew. That ice shell is thick enough to be structural armor. Just looking at it makes my fingers numb. The 2023 season rewrote the record books for the Sierra Nevada. Residents spent half their time just trying to dig their homes out. Ever seen this rope trick in action? It's an old-school technique locals rely on when storms dump this much powder. These old Walters were famous for four-wheel traction, but they demanded respect. One operator mentioned keeping a spare jack shaft in the cab because you'd snap them if you got too aggressive. It's a mechanical fuse. Better to break a shaft than destroy the whole transmission. My shins are throbbing just watching that brutal impact. I suspect there might be a slight chance of heavy flurries in his immediate vicinity. The roof really mashed the attack button on this poor guy. They say lazy people find the most efficient ways to work. Clearing the roof without lifting a finger is genius, minus the part where you break your own equipment. You have to clear that top layer before it rains or melts slightly. If that snow absorbs water and refreezes, the weight doubles instantly. Waking up to these cleared roads in the Alps feels like magic. But it's actually just a skilled operator hammering down the throttle before dawn. It's a high-stakes ballet on ice, clearing the way for skiers while the rest of the village sleeps. Driving in Sheffield is tough enough on a dry day with all those steep grades. Add a layer of fresh powder, and it turns into a demolition derby real fast. Never realized a snow saw was an actual commercial product until now. Ideally, it keeps the operator safer by allowing them to stand further back while dropping those massive chunks. The density of that snow must be incredible. It operates on a similar principle to de-icing boots on aircraft wings. You pump air in to crack the ice, then use a vacuum pump to flatten the sheet back down for the next snowfall. Can you imagine trying to clear this mess with just a plastic shovel? You'd be out there for days. These machines turn a heart attack-inducing chore into a manageable morning workout, making them worth every single penny. Getting the blade tension right on a homemade frame can be tricky. It seems to slice through the frozen wood smoothly enough, though keeping the cut straight takes some skill. Talk about terrible timing. Standing in the drop zone at the exact wrong moment is just bad luck. Well, that entry was slightly more dynamic than planned. Instead of hacking away at huge chunks, it shaves the snow in manageable layers. It's a smart design that uses leverage rather than brute force, making it viable for almost anyone. The LaRue D60 turns a standard loader into long-range artillery, capable of firing a stream up to 150 feet away. On the bright side, he managed to create some perfect crop circles before the grand finale. The little truck is screaming, "I'm full! Stop feeding me!" Drunk driving meets an icy parking lot, resulting in 7 smashed vehicles and a fleeing suspect. Watching the windshield crack under those icy baseballs is genuinely terrifying. They are trapped in a metal box while the sky throws rocks at you, and there is absolutely nowhere safe to hide until it passes. It's definitely satisfying to watch, as long as you aren't the one paying for the bodywork later. You actually need about 3 machine widths to turn these around comfortably on bad footing. Cutting a straight path and reversing is the pro move here. The car decided it identifies as a bobsled now. Watching a massive white sheet slide off is terrifying. Parking right next to the building in winter seems like a huge gamble now. The Finnish call this lumimatti. It uses a clever plastic slide so the snow glides down safely instead of falling on your head. Do you think this snowplow is broken? Locals often mention a shortcut where you only clear the very top ridge. Once that tension is broken, a couple of sunny days can sometimes make the rest slide off on its own, saving hours of work. What do you think? Railroads have been battling winter like this for over a century. I think it's supposed to do that, not a fail. Living in a place where your house can literally disappear under snowfall is hard to comprehend. But for these folks, moving tons of white powder is just another Tuesday morning chore to keep their homes standing.
Two idiots jumping off the roof. Yep. Go ahead and go.
Just a casual way to check the snow depth. That awkward moment when the rescue vehicle needs a rescue vehicle. It feels like something new is about to be born.
マジでこれこれ本当だってさ
衝撃を中で詰まってる
Melting snow creates water, and water freezes. Unless you have perfect drainage, running this machine just turns your driveway into a skating rink. Living in a warmer climate, I never imagined snow could morph into such aggressive horizontal structures. The drift has transformed into a rock-hard weapon pointing directly at the house. The sheer volume coming down is frightening. The structural integrity of the drift is hanging by a thread. It looks exactly like a dam waiting to burst.
Oh, duck, 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 duck. Oh!
Well, the roof just shed its heavy winter coat. Much more comfortable now. Just listen to that engine roar. It's not just moving snow, it's vaporizing a literal mountain of ice. Standing next to that beast while it chews through a 10-foot drift must rattle your bones. Traffic laws completely disappear when the intersection becomes an ice skating rink.
Keep working our way up. And there they go. And I'm just canting it by hand here just because I'm so close. Unit. And you'll see they come right off.
A massive blizzard dropped 40 inches of accumulation here, creating the perfect test for the roof raiser. Watch how it tackles snow that's been packed tight for weeks. It uses a clever slide system to remove the weight in seconds without you ever touching a shovel.
Overhang. And then we'll clean off the bigger.
Luckily, it was soft powder. Winter constantly reminds everyone to watch the rooftops for falling danger. Luck was definitely operating in that intersection because the margin for error was practically non-existent for anyone nearby. This trick works specifically because there are no gutters to snag on. On a typical suburban home, it can bend aluminum fast. On a cabin, it's perfect. Don't underestimate the smaller 240 just because it's lighter. In tight quarters where the big 460 would get wedged between stumps, that little goat can turn on a dime and keep the production line moving. Imagine sitting inside one of those vehicles when the roof decided to unload its heavy burden. City streets become silent trap zones when rooftops get overloaded. Since Karrar is one of the most remote stations, waiting for a plow isn't an option. The first commuter train effectively becomes the snow removal service for everyone else that day. That Mack plow truck found the ditch, so they called in the big gun, a 6x6 champion grader. It's funny how a machine designed to smooth roads is also the best tool for fixing off-road mistakes. Forget shoveling the driveway. Just hop on and glide over everything. It is definitely the coolest way to get around town. He's putting in work, but that little shovel isn't cutting it on that hard roof snow. Bigger scoop would help a ton. Even with a great design, no tool is perfect. He mentions the only real struggle with the Avalanche involves the wind blowing the plastic slide around, but otherwise it slices through the pack efficiently. People in tropical climates dream of snow like this, while the locals probably have nightmares about it. Seeing dump trucks queued up down the block really puts the volume into perspective. Look at the bright side. That was the fastest commute from the stairs to the car ever. It is like watching a replay on a loop. Day after day, different vehicles fall victim to the exact same treacherous stretch of frozen pavement. A roof avalanche is the wildest way to end a family barbecue prematurely. Failing to clear overhangs creates dangerous situations, exactly like the one unfolding right here. You might wonder how the operator actually sees the road underneath. Usually they rely on pre-marked stakes or tree lines. Without those, it's mostly instinct and muscle memory trying to keep a $500,000 rig out of the frozen ditch. Cutting the world's biggest slice of vanilla ice cream cake. Crisp crunch under those boots hits the spot perfectly. Sounds exactly like walking on thin layers of glass. Lake Tahoe doesn't mess around in January. A pickup truck would be buried here in minutes. They need the high clearance and pure torque of a 938G to bully this much powder off the road without spinning your wheels. The road conditions turned treacherous out of nowhere. First winter storms always catch people off guard. It's a zero-sum game out here. Save the roof from the weight, and the ground floor ends up completely buried. Turning a 3-hour nightmare into a 30-minute job is the kind of math I appreciate. The structure just couldn't handle the sheer weight accumulating silently overhead. Normandy isn't exactly famous for Arctic conditions, but March 2013 changed the rules. Seeing an 84-ton locomotive fighting a whiteout like this feels more like a scene from deep Siberia than the French countryside.
Das ist auch gut. And voila.
Talk about a perfect setup for this tool. A good pitch on the roof with eaves close to the ground and some nice light powdery snow. Looks like it worked great.
Mein Avalanche. Von mehr groß. Wunderbar.
Heart rate definitely spiked watching that. Inches separated a bad day from a hospital visit. I bet that rumble sounded like a freight train coming through the living room. Terrifying. Eaves are essentially winter traps waiting to spring. A little sunlight melts the bond, sending hundreds of pounds of ice crashing down without further notice. Just another Tuesday night in 2012 for this crew. While tourists sleep in warm ryokans, these guys are threading needles with heavy steel.
Playing a game of whack buck here.
What happens when you don't clear the snow off of the roof of a mansion? At least not thoroughly. That's what happens on a metal roof.
Weeks of freeze-thaw cycles turn soft powder into a solid, dangerous ice slab hanging overhead.
It, but didn't really melt in between where those. Pretty cool.
Otari Onsen. Japan gets about 18 meters of snow annually, enough to crush a normal house. Protecting a registered cultural heritage site like the Yamada Ryokan means heavy machinery is out of the question. It comes down to human hands, specialized scoops, and a solid week of grinding labor 6 times a winter. From a distance, it looks like a die-cast model playing in the powder. But the Claes Xerion 5000 snow clearing is no toy. It is pure German muscle clearing a path where pickup trucks wouldn't dare to tread. I suppose it is marginally more exciting than standing on a ladder with a plastic scraper for 3 hours in the freezing cold.
Jumala paljon jäi pealle.
Wonder if that rubber edge actually stays soft in these freezing temps. If it hardens up, that's basically hard plastic dragging across the hood. Steel tracks act like paddles in that mess. Mud mixed with ice chips is a nightmare for traction. Sliding right past the glass is nerve-wracking. Could have easily shattered the whole pane. Great, the roof is clear, but now the driveway is buried.
Yeah. It will. If you knock it down, it'll shatter. Yeah.
Gonna go. Did you get it?
The biggest headache isn't lifting the snow, it is finding empty real estate to dump it. When the banks are already 10 feet high, they eventually run out of places to stack the white stuff. Winter driving is tough, but inspecting the damage just to drive away creates a bigger mess.
And again, I start there. Just keep. Okay. Before we saw the story code, we had to lift up the works function, and I am literally just giving a little push. It's gonna break.
The clever part isn't just the slide, but the wheels lifting the head slightly. They allow the tool to glide over the surface rather than grinding against the shingles, offering better control while protecting the roof material underneath.
That's gonna slide up. Zaddy.
I thought it had all come crashing down at once, but the way it slowly slides off is strangely addictive. You hate to see it happen, but winter parking really requires checking what is hanging directly above your vehicle.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy sh**.
Freezing rain is so
Holy
sneaky. It looks like just wet pavement, but acts like a total ice rink.
Oh my god.
Clearing heavy snow is exhausting work, yet he keeps such a steady pace. Huge respect for the hustle. Mother Nature really outdid herself with Minnehaha Falls. The texture and scale are just incredible. It's amazing that this wild beauty exists right in the middle of a city. Wow, so relaxing. It's crazy how nature can build something so massive and scary just from frozen water. You don't see a 24 horsepower Honda engine on a snowblower every day. It's a custom 45-inch setup, mixing parts from 3 different machines to clear the driveway. This looks exactly like a rhythm game. My fingers are twitching just watching it. The roof needs a heating system just for days like this.
So these guys are getting it done up on the roof, that's for sure.